Okay, this is another video on my Asus G60VX. You'll notice that I'm running the EVGA precision tool for the NVIDIA graphics cards. It shows the core temperature running at 46 degrees Celsius. Even though this is not a EVGA card, it still reads the temperature and clock speed of the GPU. So you'll notice that it is a steady 46 degrees Celsius. The mod that I did on the laptop has cooled it down quite a bit, but I made another mod, and I wanted to show you exactly what that is. There are a couple more mods actually. The first mod that I'll show you in this part of the video, there'll be another section coming up, is a fan that I did based off the USB. You'll see there's a USB one right here, USB port. I'm going to close down the laptop, flip it around, and you'll see a fan running on the bottom, which is connected by two magnets. This is a 7-volt fan running on a USB 5-volt line from a PlayStation 2, and it sits right on top of the grate and cools down the laptop. It is magnetically held into place and runs directly off the 5-volt line. Runs very well, actually. A very successful mod that I've done. And it's a very efficient mod, actually. I don't know, I like it. It's small, it's portable, and as I said, this is the PS2 fan, 7 volts originally, but runs just fine off the 5-volt line that the USB port utilizes. The other mod that I did is a completely internal set of mods. I'll pop open the laptop and show you that. This is the inside modification of my Asus notebook. You'll see that there's a lot more metal pieces, plates and stuff on here. Let me just run you through some of the things that I've done. I have a heat spreader here that's on the heat pipe. I also have heat spreaders underneath here and heat padding to transfer it out to the outside of the case. You'll see another piece right here that bridges the heat from the GPU. I also slid in little copper slips between the heat pipe and the GPU plate, which brings down the temperature even more. I have this main crossbar here that has heat padding underneath both sections. That crossbar is a stabilizer for this main copper plate, which sits on the heat pipe using high transferred thermal padding between the different sections. Another copper heat spreader underneath there, which is held down by these two metal pieces right here, which are spring-loaded against the outside of the case to hold everything in place. I want to do some work right here because I noticed that the chassis of the fan is solid cast metal. So I wanted to actually build off here eventually and have the chassis, the fan case, as part of the heat distribution as well, because that'll take away some of the temperature differences. But this is the inside work that I've done so far, and it has significantly improved the cooling of this specific model. It was a little bit complicated to do, but it turned out very well. The hardest part was cutting the metal plate. I used copper material I got from a hardware store. It's actually pretty thick, as you can kind of see there. I don't know, about the thickness of a penny, I'd say. But I had to score it and then bend it very carefully to break it, which is why you see some of the rough ends on this side. But all in all, it turned out pretty well. All the pieces that are glued in and have thermal padding between each joint where it conducts heat. It does conduct away a lot of heat, which is very nice. The bottom of the laptop does get a little bit warmer, but for the differences inside of the heat as far as the actual computer goes, it's worth it.